right now. That's a great duo.
Now, the game is ready, so you know what? I'm going to leave you boys to it. Get underway and get into it.
This is going to be exciting. The first time we see these two teams is as trios. Of course, we've seen the likes of two players from each of those teams, and it is somewhat a battle of the Netherlands. 5 Netherlands players on this pitch. The only one not is the Italian Arju, so with a little bit of country pride as well on the line.
Yeah, just probably feeling like the odd man out at the moment, but it is exciting to see. We've seen a lot of. I think we spoke about last time with the top blokes. We see the French flavour. We see a lot of the French players coming together with the roster changes, and now we're getting a different flavour. It's like we've got our own Intel World Open, and that's so exciting to see, particularly in a tournament like this. Gamers Without Borders, a charity tournament, all about harmonising, just everyone connecting over the world. We're down here in Australia commentating at 1 a.m. EMEA matches. We've got North American matches coming up next. It's exciting to see all these countries involved coming together for a great cause. So here we have it. Monkeys coming up against Payback, and then we have Tho getting the first goal on the board. A lovely little bottom left finish. That's what we love,
Top left in Australia, but bottom left in terms of what everybody else is seeing.
True, yeah, top left for us. We're a little bit upside down here, but that's what I love to see. Just a little. Everyone looks for the top corner finishes, Yummy, but I'm all about just the bottom corner, just little sizzler, just in the bottom corner. Not fancy. No one really likes to see it, but it's great placement.
A grubber, you might call it, as it lands along the ground, but. What we're seeing as well is an interesting combination with Violent Panda, because Mike Boy on that Dutch roster, on that Netherlands roster, was so impactful. I mean, he scored half of the goals across Intel World Open for that team. So it's surprising that Violent Panda was brought in for that one, but that's a big fake from Oli, and Tho gets recognition for the goal.
Oh, again, just beating him out in midfield, and as you said, a huge fake. He was never really going to score that, but the angle that he was coming on here from Oli just was enough to fake out Arju and really just put the pressure on him in defense. And right now, Payback, this team's looking pretty good. And we talk about Violent Panda coming off Dignitas' team right now and looking for a new roster, looking for the Dutch roster. They're looking great. They're looking fantastic, and he's not having to do too much. And I think that's what he loves, because he's got the comms, the great comms we speak about, Yummy.
He likes to be a bit more on the defensive side of late and support his teammates a lot more, and I think that's perfect for that's perfect for Oli and Tho. Both very aggressive players, both set up, and obviously a strong duo. They're good friends in real life as well. Probably play a lot of twos, so they'll get those opportunities to set each other up, with Violent Panda being able to back them up.
Yeah, it has a recipe for success. We saw the new roster of top blokes looking like favourites for the rest of this tournament in the first series. So let's see how... We've got 2 new rosters, I guess you could say. As you said, we've got Taz coming back on the side of Monkeys, but it's a roster mania at the moment.
But it is a new roster for the Monkeys, previously Galaxy Racer, but it's also a lot of familiarity. Taz was on this team before, instead of Ixo, of course, so it was a slightly different roster then, but we're likely expecting some form of synergy between this team. Maybe not that honeymoon period we were talking about with top blokes. Maybe they'll have this from the bat.
Yeah, it's a great point you make, because history with players as huge as Arju, he's going to get one back there. First goal on the board for the Monkeys. However, player history, it's like being in OCE. We just recycle that many players. Everyone's team with everyone at this point. And that's what it seems like in Europe. All the guys are just coming together at some point. At some point, someone's played with someone who knew someone. Everyone's interconnected. And that's where you can sort of see some synergy off the bat with these teams that, on paper, you're thinking, wow, that's a new roster. But there might be a little bit more history than meets the eye.
Name the number of rosters left in the world untouched. I feel like there's so few right now. It's been an absolute massacre in the off-season, but that also makes these kind of tournaments that much more exciting as we see all the new rosters at play. We see who might be good, and Violent Panda, he's just come in and got a goal.
I'm not sure if that was pinch, but wow, that looked quick coming out there from Panda. Just beats him out right there in the air, and Ollie, great little touch off the wall. Panda just outpacing at the moment, looking confident, feeling out the new team here on Payback, and they're looking strong. They take a 3-1 lead, game number 1. Taz does get a crucial miss off the kickoff. They could have seen the deficit reduced, but no, Payback, they're looking good right now, and I love seeing how Tho's being so aggressive and just in your face and annoying.
Yeah, I mean, the one gap they had was maybe a little bit too much aggression in the midfield, and getting intercepted led to that one goal. But if you're able to get 3 goals to make up for that one, that's, well, plenty in the bank for them. So they're going to be pretty happy right now. Looks like game 1 is going to go the way of Violent Panda's new team, and he puts it in for goal number 4.
Someone record this. How often do we see Violent Panda this far down the other end of the pitch? But that's just the confidence that a new roster can give you. I think that when you perhaps even on Dignitas, Yummy, I mean, there was a lot of rosters, but perhaps when you're just in the same org for so long, you just feel like you're in the same position, because we just saw him as you said, the general, or as I said, should I say, the general, he's commanding, he's controlling the pitch. Maybe he's like, stuff it. I'm just going to push downfield. I'm going to be that first man, that initiator, and just that pest that perhaps could work for this new lineup.
Well, he's always been really into passing plays, and you can see exactly why. And I know in scrims, he's always had the confidence to move incredibly far forward for plays like that. And when it was the old Dignitas roster with Astral as well, we saw that come out in tournaments. So it is tournaments like this where you get to play with a little less pressure that will let maybe Violent Panda shine on the offense.
He's certainly letting loose at the moment, and that is working for Payback. Panda might be able to put one more on the board. He does. 5 goals coming out in game number 1. You could not ask for a better start here from Payback.
That's just beautiful. And Violent Panda as well, getting multiple on the board, working well as a team. I was worried it might be the Tho and Oli show on the offense, but all 3 getting involved, and Violent Panda even getting top of the scoreboard.
A hat trick coming out from Panda. Beautiful as well. I mean, I don't know about the shooting percentage off the bat. It's probably, 40, we'll say 46. That's
That's not the strong suit of Tasmanians, yeah.
Maybe 42. I'm going to go 42. Someone can do the percentages there. That's maths off the bat. Don't do maths every day. So there you go. Panda gets the hat trick, however. Tho supporting him with 2 goals of his own. And Oli, we saw the fakes. They don't show up on the scoreboard, Yummy. The fakes that got the goal for Tho earlier on, they're the unrewarded plays that we always see. The bump assist, the demo plays that are really unrewarded on the scoreboard, but can go a long way if you're actually watching the series.
Yeah, I mean, over at the other end, when we haven't seen too much come out just yet from Monkeys, but we know they can be powerful, especially for me, Matane, really good at setting up plays, but he's not going to be there for that one. Tho gets it in at the other end.
I love that we've basically been talking about Payback for 5 minutes. You throw it back to the Monkeys and they say, nah, back to us, thanks. Have a look at us. 9 seconds into game number 2. And again, Payback are on the board. I'm not sure what is happening with his new roster, but I'm loving it. So far, Top Blokes and Payback, they're looking strong.
They're looking so good, and it kind of reminiscent of Top Blokes, how effective they've been able to be. Less so in just holding the attack and getting good follow-ups, but they're still finding really good passes to each other into openings that'll allow that shot to happen. Seen that happen multiple times. Good counterattacks as well, and seems at the moment Monkeys do not have the answer. We'll see how that comes out throughout the rest of the game.
I would just like to see a little bit more on the offense from Monkeys. I mean, to not give Payback too much credit, because we don't want to pump their tyres up too much. We don't.
You don't want to give Violent Panda an even bigger head. Come on.
No, we don't want to inflate the egos too much. They've had some great opportunities as well, but I'd say the defense has been a little bit lacking so far for Monkeys. So they've probably had some easier opportunities than they'd expect. Talking about Payback's 5 goals in game number 1, I don't think that they were all super offensive plays. However, they've been enough to beat the defense, and earlier on here in game number 1, they can't get it out the other end, Monkeys. They need to find a way to create the boost, create the solo plays. It feels similar to last series where Orange team, whether it's Top Blokes or Payback, they're just pushing forward, creating that pressure.
We're just seeing a little bit of lack of trust too, maybe a bit of panic on the defense in that play. Arju kind of coming out and getting a poor clear when his teammate had a very good one. Obviously, he's going to go for the save, but You know, you got to worry about where your teammates are. Maybe the synergy not quite there in defense for now, but Violent Panda finds, though, from the defense, gets it up the other end. Is it a three-man passway? Please finish it off. It goes in. Holy scores, but what a play coming out from Payback.
So much confidence coming out from Payback. We saw Panda get the beat in midfield, Tho being so close to follow, and then Oli, he's following up the field, third man, and he finishes the job off. Great play coming out from Payback. These guys are looking super.
I mean, we were just talking about getting out of defense. Violent Panda shows that to perfection. It's such a quick counter-attack as well. That's what's making Payback so strong at this point in time. And I know a lot of people have been talking about it as well. The reason this tournament's so exciting is we don't know how the rosters are going to perform. A lot of new rosters. And we don't even know if these are the confirmed rosters for next season. We're left in the dark too. So, given the way it is, we're expecting that Violent Panda and Tho and Oli, we want to be sticking together for RLCS Season 11.
Yeah, I mean, this is... We've got a very small case study at the moment. We've got a game and a half, but so far this team, you know what, they could be best team in the world. Let's just put it out there. No, they're looking good so far. Monkeys that haven't quite got the synergy that Payback have had so far. And I mean, on the other end of things, we talk about getting it out of the defense for the Monkeys. They got it out of defense before, and as you said, they counter-attack straight away. So maybe Monkeys, they don't want it down the other end. They perhaps want the counter-attack opportunities like that. That's going to be open. There it is. Maybe it's the counter-attacks. Keep it in your defense. Look for the overcommit.
And Taz getting that one in a really interesting position. You're expecting from the corner that he's going to move that forward, move that up, move it into a safe position, but he takes the risk, puts it back into center right in front of net, and that's what allowed it to be such a quick fire shot to the other end.
Yeah, and it just looked like Oli was just a little bit too crept up. He was last man, but he was sitting on that just too far on the left side of the field. It just got caught out with that pass out, as you mentioned. So it's great to see the first goal on the board in game number 2 here coming out for Monkeys. Can they force this deficit or equalise this game, I should say, right now? Because Oli, he's looking threatening. He's faked out one. He's got to get around Arju. Gets around Arju, but I tell you what, he got around Arju, Yummy, but he was pretty happy just taking that one to the corner. He went that far wide.
Yeah, well, it looked like it might be a goal still, as though does get beaten to that ball. An attacking opportunity here for Violent Panda as he gets into the center. Oli up quick, but blocked out by Matane. It's not going to last too long. Matane's actually run to the other end. Tho could do it all himself. He does a triple tap from Tho, and he gets the 2-goal lead.
Stop it, Tho. The flip reset, backboard, double, triple, flipple, something like that. Tho, absolutely outstanding. He's been the MVP so far this series. That's a gorgeous solo play. Beating one, beating two, and then beating the backboard for good measure.
Oh no, you have to vent new words. You've never seen that in any of your matches, I'm sure, but we're already seeing the highlights coming out from the Payback team. This is very likely to secure them this game as well, as they're getting off on their debut to a very strong start. Arju wants to stop it. He's looking for a center ball, but it was Taz moving right past that one, and he won't get the opportunity.
I don't mind the flipple. Do you like the flipple?
Yeah,
the double
cool.
triple. It's like you get the flip and you get the double. So it's not, you know what I mean? That's a flipple tap.
Wave Punk would be proud of.
I think I've just found a word. We've got the flipple tap. If you get a flip reset, hit the backboard, you got a flipple tap. We're gonna call that one. I'm happy with that. That'll stick, I think. That could be the new. I'll be like the Musty Fleet. Can we trademark that somehow to my name so I can make money off it?
Well, you're not gonna make the money off it, but it looks like the money, in terms of the prize money and the donations, will be going a little bit steadily in the favor of Payback right now, as they do take game number 2. A few more seconds on the board, but they have secured the game, and 2-0 lead is pretty difficult to surmount. It is a best of 7. The Payback looking strong.
I mean, at the end of the day, this game just all came down to the flipple tap from Tho. So I can't wait to see this is the highlight of the series so far. Unless we see another flipple tap, I don't know if anything can beat that, though. Superb game, gets the MVP, 2 goals on the board. Ollie supports it in. Violent Panda, I mean, he had last game, he gets the hat-trick in a striking sort of role, up front aggressor. And then game number 2, he decides, you know what, I'm just going to take a back seat. And that's the versatility that he has, and perhaps the versatility from this team with each of the players on it. They just seem able to just, rotate and change positions at will.
And that came, I think, with a few less counter-attacking opportunities. We saw Monkeys move a little bit further back, and you know what? That's dangerous as well. That gives your Thos, your Olies, that much more room to make plays like that.
100%. But for Monkeys, they just need to just find a little window out here. They've had the counter-attack goals, but this could be open again. No, Panda doesn't get the double. That was a perfect opportunity. Just went a little bit too fast at that one, I'd say. Great pass coming down. That has to be a goal, but Tho pre-jumps the pass, pre-jumps the save, and keeps the goal scoreless. We talked about the Monkeys' offense, Chummy. That was a beautiful opportunity here in game number 3.
And they're getting a few counter-attack opportunities here, but as you can see, no follow-up. Arju had the open net. He was going for the intercept as well, but you'd hope that he'd be able to score that one. It was an opportunity gone begging in a series where they haven't got too many chances, and they may not even get another one here as it's looking to get cleared out. Will get touched in by Matane. Tuz goes for the very strong read there. Arju will keep it up against the corner as Taz now around the corner. Maybe an extra touchdown. Ole was ready for it. It doesn't go quite in front of net, but Matane continues the assault. It's peppered. The net has not folded just yet as the clear still not coming out. Ole unable to follow that one. Taz again looking for more chances on the ball, and that was a long attack but nothing found.
Tho with the double demo says get out of our end, and that's exactly what Payback have done. They push it down the other field, but this is what we love to see. 30-40 seconds of constant pressure coming out from Monkeys, which we haven't seen so far in this series. If they can keep creating that, they're going to create opportunities. They've got to create goal-scoring moments, and they can definitely come back in this series so far. So perhaps this is new team Yummy still figuring it out, but that was a great play of pressure, and right now they're looking to push forward again.
Does might have a great opportunity here, does get blocked out, but it has created a bit of an opening. Multiple commits from the defense here as we may be able to find a first goal coming out from Monkeys that they haven't been able to seal the deal just yet, and Violent Panda found an opening. Now Monkeys in trouble as Payback circling around the net. They have the support in the corner. Will block down. Violent Panda in the center takes a shot. It's a bit soft. It is saved out just on the line by Matane, but once again, 2 players had to commit for that defense. Will make it more difficult to get to the other end, to have the boost left to make an attack of their own.
Half a game left here. And the scoreline still yet to break the deadlock at either side here, and that's a positive, I'd say, for Monkeys, considering they did concede 5 goals in game number 1, Yummy. I think they'd be pretty happy with the 0 goal. Yeah, with 0 goals on the board here with 2 minutes left. That is an improvement. The problem is here is, oh my goodness, Ole nearly put someone away. The problem for them is they haven't got a goal of their own. They haven't quite got the offense down. Panda with a pre-jump. No, it's wide. Tho can't put it away. Panda's flying across net. Ole's trying to get in there as well. Payback. They want to push forward in the offense, and that was a great opportunity to get the first goal on the board.
And Panda's had so many opportunities in this game. Hasn't quite sunk any of them. Very difficult opportunities, but in game number 1, he was sinking them left, right, and center. We've seen so many chances coming out from this bursty attack of Payback. They haven't been able to find it. And with a demo, there could be an opening, but Violent Panda on the defense makes sure that his team has room. They won't get attacked too much. And he's going to sit in the corner for a while here as Matane looks to just push it, get it past into the midfield. But look how far back the members of Monkeys were. It's going to be good enough. Arju hits the corner. It's going to go into center. Tho goes high. A chance. Matane gets it down to Taz, and that's the first goal.
Brilliant follow-up from Taz. The shot coming out from Matane wasn't quite accurate. I'm not sure if that was an intentional drop-down pass from Matane or he just quite misread the backboard. Either way, that is a beautiful play from Monkeys, and they do get the lead here for the first time in this series. Monkeys, that's a beautiful start here, and they're starting to look strong on the offensive end.
There's been multiple opportunities as well now coming out from Monkeys. Good to see as Matane will set up one more. It was almost on, but Violent Panda was hanging in the net, ready for it. Another one against the backboard. Arju just hits it high, and even though it's not a goal, it will be a little bit more advantage here for Monkeys as Matane demos Oli out. He was playing very aggressive there, CJ.
And though, just double commit with Panda and was able to follow up on the ball. That's so annoying. Panda is a beautiful infield. Let's say that's so annoying as when you're on the other side of that, the pre-jump play that turns out, or the double commit that turns into a beautiful play here coming out from Payback. The infield comes out, though's not quite there. He's got the 100 boost now. Just going to push it downfield here. 15 seconds on the clock. Can Payback get the equaliser, or will we see Monkeys with the first game on the board so far this series? Panda, what can he do? Double touch, saved away from Taz. 4 seconds on the clock. There's boost here for Tho. He doesn't get the flick over the top. Taz might be able to put that one away. Saved out from Oli. Ball still alive here. 0 seconds. What can Oli do? No, Matane says no thank you, and Panda might be putting this on the ground. Or will he? Because this ball looks to be staying on the sidewall. Panda with a bit of season 1 dribbling, keeping it on the wall, but there it is. The ball hits the ground. Monkeys take their first game of the series.
If you ever want to learn how to dribble, the basic is do what Violent Panda did. Hold it against the wall. Monkeys manages to get a game back, a fight back in a tough battle too, CJ, as that one stayed at almost 0 goals apiece for most of that game, and it was just at the end that the deadlock got broken by a great team play.
100%, but there's so many opportunities as well down the other end for Payback to score. They just couldn't quite put it away. They were forcing double commits out in the defensive end from Monkeys, but to Monkeys' credit, they had that one golden opportunity and they made the most of it. Taz looking to get front and center pretty much off the backboard and just look for the drop down from Matane. Great pass, and that was the difference in the end, but Panda might be opening it up. No, great save from Taz here, keeping the scores at a minimum so far in the game. But I'll tell you what, Payback, they're not happy with that last game. They're looking to start strong here.
It was a smart shot from Violent Panda too, and exactly what you'd expect. Very smart player overall. Going low there, there's been a lot of pre-jumps coming out from Monkeys, and even in that play there was a bit of a pre-jump, but he just wasn't able to sneak it underneath. So it could have been the first goal. Violent Panda already getting involved in the attack, and maybe another chance. He's pre-jumped that one, and it was a pre-jump save, the double pre-jump.
2 pre-jumps in a row from Violent Panda as well, almost creating golden opportunities here. Solo play from Tho gets blocked out by Taz, and again, I'm loving these pass plays coming out from Payback coming. They're trying these close passes, the high passes, the pre-jump passes, everything on the offensive end. As Panda, it was a mile away from that ball, but he is going to be able to make this one work and push it down the other end for Payback. They are looking so strong, and I'm loving the synergy here. Maybe it's the fact that they're a new team, having fun, like we spoke about with Top Lopes, and just looking to be creative on the offensive end.
The number of pre-jumps that are happening, we may as well just start calling them jumps, and if you wait for the ball to actually get hit, you just got to call them post-jumps. It's getting a bit crazy right now, and again, that's the kind of play that does come out when you're a team that is playing confidently without too much pressure in a tournament that you obviously want to win, but is not the end of the world. There's still a lot of fun. It's for charity, so they're going to be enjoying it, and that's exactly the kind of play that we hope to see even more of throughout this tournament.
Super start here, and it's exciting to see that perhaps in the first series, we didn't see the best of Samrock Gaming once the Top Blokes got the early lead. But in this series, it just feels like it's got a different vibe to it right now. And for Monkeys, it seems like they're wrestling back the field position, the aggression, and just the overall feel of this game. But the demo coming out could be huge. No goal on the board, however. It's good to see Monkeys, though. They're pushing forward. They're trying new things. That's a huge redirect. Doesn't quite go in.
Yeah, it feels like they're recovering from the fact that game 1 was all about the counterattacks, and then they moved further back, like way too far though, and then now they're trying to adjust, they're trying to dial that in, and it's looking like it's working well, but Violent Panda will get the shot on. He's found the left-hand side of the net. The deadlock has been opened up.
Just a beautiful beat from Oli on the corner, fakes him out. Matane he just put that thing in reverse and tried to get somewhere in the net. But Violent Panda, he's very clinical sort of player, buries that one, bottom left corner. Lovely stuff, and the first goal on the board for Payback. They're looking to push this series to a nice little lead here.
The passing plays once again being a standout here for this Payback roster. We'll see if that does continue. 2 minutes left. Matane's made a mistake. Wrong touch, wrong time. Arju has to come diving across the net to prevent that from being a goal. He's done very well to get it to the other end as Oli looks to get it out of that defense now for Payback. Going up there as Matane will be in the center field, looking to get it to his teammate, but has to contend with Violent Panda, and he did so without any boost in the tank. Oli once again gets that touch off, mistouch maybe from Violent Panda, but he turns it into an opportunity as he passes it across to Oli.
Yeah, Panda almost too eager there. He was waiting for the pot from Oli, and he was just so crept up. He was so excited. I've never seen Panda be pushing so far forward, but that's what, as you said, a new Rossi can do. He's having fun. He's pushing in the offensive end. He's showing some more facets to his game that's really impressive. Well, it's impressing me so far. So it's great to see from Team Payback as shots do come on net, parried away by Tho. The infield to absolutely no one wasn't quite effective as Monkeys are now on the defense, and they need it down the other end to equalise this game.
I was going to say, Matane has gone for multiple midfield passes. I've really enjoyed the passes, except for the fact that there's no one on the other end to receive any of them, and it feels a little bit of a disconnect here between Matane and the other two on what they're trying to achieve in the attack. Maybe, again, playing a little bit too far back to stop the counterattacks from incurring, but at this point in time, they need to commit hard for this attack.
Oh, there we go. The shot comes out, almost a bump from Arju. He's getting super aggressive, and getting back to when Arju burst onto the scene, he was so exciting on Mouse Sports as a sub, and that's what I'd love to see, just the aggression coming out from him, just showing his offensive prowess. But getting back to that, oh, there we go. There's a goal opportunity. Surely Arju's got to carry that one away. Beautiful save from Taz. Monkeys on the attack now. Here we go. Solo play Matane. Over the top, backboard double, saved out by Panda. And the recovery to beat him as well. He's looking to push down. Oh, he's a one-man show at the moment, Yummy, as Panda pushes it down for Team Payback. They're looking to take the 3-1 lead in the series to move on to match point. Ball does hit the ground. Payback. They're 3-1 up, 1 game to go to take out this series.
And VP's been hitting the gym. Violent Panda just holding on the defense. In fact, he got all the shots as well from Payback. Got the goal too. So Violent Panda effective at both ends of the pitch in this game. Very, very interesting to see. And now we're on a 3-1. Payback on the match point.
Now, I think for Monkeys, they just... You spoke about that infield earlier that Matane threw, Yummy, and no one was there. And I think that it has to be frustrating for Matane that he's threw it, no one's there. But on the other end, you're always frustrated when your teammate throws an infield, but no one called for the infield. So I think there's a bit of a, which side are you on in that one for the Monkeys? But either way, they need to sort it out. They need to get synergized, clean up the comms, and look at to resurrect this series, because right now it's looking pretty dire here for Monkeys.
Yeah, the problem with somebody like you on the pitch is you don't listen to what your teammates are saying, so they can't even call for the pass, so maybe a miscommunication. But, in terms of the other end, Violent Panda very much known for heavy comm usage and heavy demand of comms from his teammates as well, so maybe not so much of an issue at that end.
Yeah, well, we haven't really seen too many double commits, a few sort of panic moments from Payback on the defensive end, but offensively they've been in sync. Having said that, a little bit of a whiff from Oli, but they were able to clean it up here. Panda's back and he's getting the huge clear, and now Payback, maybe they can attack off this. Lovely touch off the wall. Double touch, perhaps unnecessary, as Monkeys they're just going to be able to carry that one out. And Team Blue, Team Monkeys, they're 3-1 down, Yummy. What do they need to do here? How do they get back into this series?
It's really hard because of the way that Payback have been playing this so well. Always difficult between, their chances to counterattack and threaten you when you're on attack yourself, and then being able to get some good passing plays to open up the defense. So I think Test taking a good demo out in the midfield, get that third man out. A Violent Panda often playing that third man role further back in the pitch, as he does go to try and sink that one in. Goes a little bit higher, but maybe another opportunity there for Oli as it doesn't quite incur a goal.
Hampering the net right now is Payback. The pass might come out. Oli basically pre-jumped it, but it wasn't quite the pass he was looking for. It was a little bit too close to the net. Arju looking for the quick counter attack, and Oli, no, he's turned around and said, it's coming straight back down the other end, buddy. Team Payback, they're looking to push forward, corner hit, free shot coming out from throw, bumps out, beautiful placement, but Taz just stretches across net to get the save.
Oh, and starting to get close and dire here for Monkeys as they've spent too much time on their own end of the pitch. Matane looking to get something, but ends up getting beaten out by Oli. Often feels like Matane. He's trying to do it all himself, trying to open it up for his teammates, but isn't able to quite achieve the kind of individual plays that we've seen earlier on from the likes of Tho in this match. As Taz will look to get a clear, but it's Tho now, the man that I was talking about, trying to get it in, but cleared out once again as Violent Panda holding that back half of the pitch, ensuring no attack to come through.
Just keeps coming down the blue end of the pitch. I feel like I'm sick of seeing Blue Yummy 2 series in a row where the blue teams have been on defense. Here's a great opportunity. Panda's going to be able to dribble this one out. Taz does get the corner boost, which could be huge. But again, the third man, Matane, he's sitting on the wall. I'm not sure what he's watching, but it's certainly not the defense at the moment as Oli pushes forward and Payback again. They're just on the attack. And as I said, Yummy, there's so much blue on the field. There's an open net. Arju doesn't make the save. And Tho puts it away, getting the first goal on the board here in perhaps the deciding match.
Oh, Violent Panda fakes out the defense as well. Arju had to dive, hoped that he'd find it at its apex, but isn't able to get there. So it looks like Payback, they want to get this done in 4-1. They want to get this done in a convincing fashion, and maybe even off the kickoff have an opportunity, but it gets stopped out by Matane.
A minute 40 on the clock for Monkeys to show us something, showcase something in this. This is a single elimination tournament, ladies and gentlemen. This is backs against the wall stuff. This is where Sandrock Gaming couldn't quite get over the top of Top Blokes in the previous series. Right now, they're 3-1 down. They need to get the equaliser here, Monkeys, but I tell you what, Payback, they're pushing forward and they want another goal. They're not looking to just hold this one. They want another goal. And I tell you what, Monkeys, they're perhaps loosening a little bit up on the defense. Perhaps that's a look for the counter-attack, Yummy.
Yeah, you're seeing them attempt to get it to the other end. Not quite as good on the clears as Violent Panda especially has been. And it's not that they haven't been able to get it out of defense and get the clear, but they don't have that one person pushing up, getting ready for it. Even now in the lead where they could hold on to their haunches, Payback is still sending a person forward, getting ready for the redirect. Maybe creating something. Taz, it's opened up. They've tied it up and put themselves back in the series.
Unbelievable play. Matane off the ceiling, off the roof, flip reset, doesn't quite put it away, but it's enough. It's enough to beat out every single teammate of Payback, and Taz, he cleans that one up. He gets the equaliser that Monkeys were looking for, and right now, Monkeys, they're back in this game, and a huge play like that can swing the momentum of a whole series, Johnny.
And that's Matane, mechanics and brain. He's managed to set that up. That's what we were looking for at the very beginning of the series, or at least what I was looking for. Matane's so good at setting it up. How was that in? It didn't look like it was going to be a goal, but of course, this pass infield has worked.
This is placement.com from Arju, putting it back post. Panda, he just crept out. He should have stayed back post, but if he had thought it was going to come in another direction, either way, he got caught out. He got caught facing the wrong way, perhaps being a little bit too aggressive in defense, and that is just, as I said, it all comes down to placement there from Arju, and that he's just making the most of your chances, Yummy, and that is perhaps what we haven't seen from Monkey so far, but we're starting to see now.
And this is impressive too, because I mean, Payback have been in such a good control of the series. They've looked so confident. They've always been ready for the attack. Maybe a team bump won't help them out at all as they do try and mount this one goal on the 0-second mark as we hit. As Tho gets that one, but it will get put down. Monkeys bring it back to 3-2.
A potentially momentum swinging game. A do-or-die game for Monkeys as they were 3-1 down. As you said, now 3-2, and that was just a huge goal from Matane. That just completely swung the momentum of the whole, just the vibe, the aura of this game is off the ceiling, gets the backboard. I don't know if we have a fancy name for that one, but it was absolutely beautiful. And as we see there, Taz did put that one away. I mean, just superb play from Monkeys, and super impressive as we spoke about, just their way to adapt. They're a way to adapt into the series. They're trying out new things. They're a new lineup, and just super impressive to see them just bring a bit of fight into this series.
Yeah, and it's interesting as well because I know Arju can pull out plays like that too, but I've always just been so impressed by Matane's abilities to create those goals. If he can continue, then that's great, but if Arju also steps up, then, well, I start to worry about Payback despite them having played so well across the series.
Matane again, I tell you what, he's best friends with that ceiling because he just seems to keep finding touches. Just the extra touch that the defense isn't quite expecting. However, Payback, they're looking to push forward, and that's going to be a beautiful shot from Violent Panda. Great drop down pass from Oli, and the first goal on the board comes from in the way of Payback.
He's up to that one so quick, Oli. He gets up the wall just to get that extra pace into the air, and I couldn't think of a better place pass just to get down onto Violent Panda's nose, made it easy for him, and then he even went that extra step beyond and executed perfectly into the right-hand side.
Just an interesting sort of shot from Panda. Like, it was a beautiful placement, but just an unorthodox way to hit it with his car. He sort of just flipped into it off the top of his car. Perhaps a bit unorthodox, but it was enough to get the job done, and that's all that matters. You know what they say? It all looks the same on the score sheet, Yummy. It doesn't matter how they go in. So beautiful goal from Violent Panda, beautiful placement, as you said, and Payback. They're trying to sway that momentum back their way. They're still on match point, and they're still the hunted right now in this series.
There's a bit more room here in the back half of the pitch, I was going to say for Monkeys, but very quickly shut down. It's still going to be a pass play up to Potato. He goes for the fake. 3 players in net, a bit of confusion, but confusion at the other end too as Arju goes diving in, and it does provide somewhat of a counter-attack opportunity here for Payback. Unable to capitalize on it, so Arju now has the chance, hits the backboard, goes to the double, once again blocked out by the defense, but good confusion, good chaos being caused here by Monkeys that is causing the defense to stack up in net and not be able to really mount an attack at the other end.
Another huge play, however, from Payback, a huge passing play, and that's been sort of the summary of this series. We've seen in the side of Monkeys, huge solo plays, beautiful play shots coming out from Arju and Matane, but on the end of Payback, it's just been pass play after pass play, pre-jump after pre-jump, and it's sort of a battle of solo versus passes, but that could be another beautiful shot from Panda. No, it's off the top corner. And again, Monkeys, they might have an extra life here in this series.
Oh, they just gotten away with that one. Violent Panda's been hitting his shots, but this time it doesn't quite go in his favor. And will Monkeys be able to punish that one? They can't, as that is a nice touch from Oli to get it past Matane in the midfield, just to make sure that they have a little extra room. Violent Panda can't sink that one again, couldn't get around it. So 2 opportunities here, not quite sunk, as Payback will still have 2 minutes to maybe get one more and potentially secure the series.
That was a beautiful pass from Matane. If he was on the other team to Panda, he infielded it straight for him, but Panda couldn't quite put that one away. Almost a devastating moment. That could be open. Panda just hustles back, and a quick infield almost caught Payback out. Again, we see this with the new teams, Yummy. They're not quite fine-tuned in defense. The offense seemingly, however, looks very synergized and strong. So that's just an interesting thing to note for these new rosters, and perhaps a way to exploit them on the defensive end. But Payback, they're a goal up. They've got 1:40 to lock out this series, and Monkeys, they have to get on the offensive end and start pushing for that equalizer.
I think in terms of what you said as well, with both these teams being new, the team that both don't want to be in defense, it's a tough part to be in when you are a newer team still working out your rotation. That's probably favoring Payback a lot, as their defenses allow them to get out into attack, into a much more comfortable position on the regular. And you can see they're not even doing too much work to keep it pinned in the attack at that other end. There's been struggles to get it out of defense as Matane goes for a clear, but it's straight into midfield. Oli will have a chance as it floats down above the net. Violent Panda will be looking to do the same. Gets the extra touch. Violent Panda! Oh! I was so hoping that would go in. It would be a highlight for Violent Panda for sure.
I think he might have got the flip reset on that one, but
Looked like it.
Goal line hustle coming out right now from Monkeys. They are flinging themselves in front of the ball. They look like Sandrock Gaming in the last series, just jumping jacks, desperation, and that's all it takes sometimes, a little bit of desperation to save that ball, prevent it from getting out of the net. But as we said, Yummy, it's down the wrong end. You don't want to be saving the ball. You want to be scoring it yourself for the Monkeys, and as an open net nearly happens here coming out. Shot from Arju, blocked out there by Tho. 20 seconds on the clock. Can Monkeys get the equalising goal? There's the bump. That's going to be it. Another late equaliser coming out from Monkeys with their backs against the wall. Matane puts that one away.
How clutch from Taz and how clutch from Monkeys overall. Couple now of late game goals. This one just to equalise, get themselves maybe an opportunity. What looked like it could have been a 4-1 is potentially heading now towards an overtime. As we have 8 seconds left, one more chance for maybe Monkeys to get this goal. It's actually going to be Oli to get it to the other end. It should hit the ground, but actually kept up by Matane. A surprise here, as now Oli gets another chance at that one. Arju gets somewhat of a clear. Oli hanging in the midfield. Taz takes it to the other end, and Matane was ready for that one. Arju now, a dribble, looking for the bump, but this will actually float to the ground, and Oli giving it his own. I love that. A good college try to send it to the other end, not letting that ball hit the ground whatsoever. Some good sportsmanship as well. That one goes high again in front of net. This has been a good 30 seconds. It's bumped, but now we have the overtime. That was very close at a very long 0 seconds.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't pass out there, Yummy. That went for a little bit longer than expected, but Ota here. 3-2 up. There's a shot from Matane. Saved out by Oli. Huge save. 3-2 up here in the series for Payback. They win this. They take it out. They send Monkeys home. Monkeys, though, they just keep hanging in. They seem to have the clutch factor about them at the moment. And I hope I haven't cast the curse them here as Arju carries this one out of defense. Panda's pre-jumped. He's gone underneath him as now Tho takes the ball. He's got 100 boosts. He's going to get one over the top. Another pre-jump from Panda. Can someone please tell him to stop pre-jumping? I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, he did have thumb issues in the last split. Maybe he's accidentally touching that jump button, but he has been going ham towards that ball. He's also been very successful on the offense throughout this series, so it must be working out for him. This one will go heavily into the mid as Arju fakes out one, gets it over the other. Awkward, but Oli was there, ready to back up Tho and make sure that wasn't going to go in.
Yeah, huge from Oli. Panda's going ham, but Oli just saved their bacon there in this OT as Panda's got this one off the ceiling. He's got boots. There's no one in the middle, however. There's no one for the airfield. Tho might be able to put that one away, get the winner. Saved out again. The pressure comes out. Payback have the offense, but Monkeys, they're hanging on for dear life. Another air dribble, another bump. That could be the shot. Panda puts that one wide, and Taz, he'll be able to clear this away. But the Payback offense is continuing here, Yummy. It is relentless.
That's crazy how long the defense has been able to last, starting to run low on boost, and something that Monkeys have struggled with is defending around that corner, but it hasn't worried them now. Matane gets it to the other end and looks for the backboard. Instead, it's going to be Violent Panda. Over to Oli. Doesn't quite get the redirect that he wanted, as that could have sealed the deal, sealed the series. And even now, so many opportunities in this overtime. But in situations like this, when you tend to have a team getting a lot of opportunities, you know that one little mistake leads to a counterattack and often ends up at the other end of the pitch.
Huge 50 coming out from Team Payback there, pushing that one down the end. That could be a huge opportunity. That should be a goal. Panda gets a double touch off the backboard, but doesn't put it away. And Monkeys, again, their hopes, their dreams in this tournament stay alive at the end of Panda. Perhaps Yummy not quite being as clinical as he'd like.
Game 1, he couldn't miss, and in Game 3, he's now just been off target 3 times now. Potential game and series winners from Violent Panda, but we know he's going to look for one more. Oli attempting to flip reset over the top. Another one into middle from Violent Panda, but a big clear from Matane. They don't have much support here to be able to follow up on the attack, but Matane will try and buy them some extra time to get involved in that offense. Oli now a long way, and as we head to that 3-minute mark in overtime, this is where the pressure really rises for teams, no matter how important the tournament is. This is a very nerve-wracking situation to be in, especially for Monkeys trying to get into that game number 7. It will settle down into midfield as no team wants to take the risk.
Just a huge opportunity gone begging. Panda smashes off the bar, but Matane bails out Monkeys there, and I just feel like Monkeys should have scored already with a couple of whiffs coming out in the Payback defense. Panda, though, he's having none of that. He's taking it down the other end. Beats one, beats two. Arju just gets back and keeps their hopes and dreams alive in this tournament. Monkeys, they're keeping it in. 3 minutes 40 on the clock. Low boost for Arju. He's going to be in trouble here. If it comes middle, this could be dangerous, but Matane again bails it out. And the infield. I love the infield, Yummy, but no one is there.
Yeah, those so worried about getting back to the defense, not letting the goal in. They've already had multiple opportunities. It's at that point you start to worry. Great pass infield, but Oli just goes for the shot. Can't get through. Violent Panda trying to just staunch his way into the net. Use those big biceps to get through, but the defense holds on as all three of the defenders just holding on for dear life in the net. They do manage to get a clear. Tars hoping for the dunk. It's going to be Oli now looking for the solo play. Gets beaten out by Matane, who's been huge in the last couple of games. He's been the offensive star right here for Monkeys. He hasn't been able to achieve too much here. Matane over the top of Violent Panda. He takes it into Game 7.
We're going to Game 7, baby. Matane, he's been the clutch factor all series long for Monkeys. And there we go. Payback, they were looking so strong, but the momentum shift, the momentum swing is all in favor of Monkeys. They've won the last 2 games. They push it to Game 7, and we have a series, ladies and gentlemen.
And talk about this performance from Matane. Also, Arju stepping up in that game, but Matane has been incredible the last couple of games. He's clawed them back into this series. And as I was saying, at the beginning, I thought maybe it'd be a 4-1. Payback were looking so strong. They got a 5-goal game in that Game 1. And Monkeys have done it through sheer sweat and perseverance to get to this spot.
And for Payback, it just seemed like another game where it was a case of missed opportunities. We saw Panda hit the bar a couple of times. We saw that flip reset that fell down, and somehow Arju saved it on the goal line. And again, the pressure is straight on the end of Monkeys. But that's got to be open. Taz got to be able to put that one away. Surely off the bar. He's going to take his time. No! He took too much time, Yummy. Thought he gets back in the nick of time. Saves that one away.
Oh, it's all relative in the end, but he took way too much. He didn't have the boost, took it a bit too safe. He's not going to be too happy that didn't even go in towards the net on the first touch. Monkeys could have been in the lead in game number 7. Instead, it could go the other way as there's a attempt for a demo. He gets the bump. Tho takes it one end to the other, but it's all Oli in this play.
Payback taking a leaf out of Monkeys' book with a bump play. The bump came out in the last game for Monkeys. This game it's for Team Payback. They get the first goal on the board here in the deciding game. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 7, winner goes home. Oh, loser. Sorry, if you win, you're probably staying around for a little bit longer. If you lose, you're probably going home. Winner moves on to the semi-finals.
Yeah, harsh. You win, and all of a sudden, CJ's kicking you out. But
we should have a tournament like that. What do you reckon? Winner goes home. Who can lose?
I thought about that, a reverse single elimination to see who the worst possible team in the competition is. But it looks like Oli actually has an opening. He takes that nice and quick. Payback. They've had a comeback coming out from the other end, but they are looking to seal the deal here in Game 7.
Yeah, just clinical from Oli, and perhaps Monkeys just... the magic might be wearing off here. It got them all the way back to game number 7 and brought the series back alive after being 3-1 down. But right now, it's looking rough. Right now is a huge almost double comes out from Oli.
Violent Panda as well. Try to keep that one pinned in the other half. If they're able to play like they did in that overtime, well, then I worry about Monkeys' opportunity to make a comeback, even if it is just 2 goals. It was so settled in that defensive half for Monkeys. So they're going to have to do a lot more. They're going to do way more now. Violent Panda, once again, show it up to get a goal.
Just flexes his muscles again, Yummy. Just a lovely little dunk. Matane, a double commit coming out from Arju and Matane. Not quite sure what was happening. Bit of miscommunication, and Matane has just panicked there. Smacked it straight into the side of Banda, who's put that one away. 3-goal lead now with 3 minutes left. I'm not saying it's impossible, Yummy, but I'm just saying the hopes are just... they're starting to fade here for the Monkeys. Oh, great save.
Such a good save in front of the line just to keep the hopes alive for Monkeys right now. Not too many hopes. They're starting to dwindle. The zoo's about to close, but Still got 3 minutes left on the clock to try and break free, to break out, to even get out of defense.
Ollie now, he's last man back. Going to get that one up on the wall. Panda's taking this one out. Team Payback, they went their 4th on the board. Another pre-jump play. Terrible pass from Tho. He would have said, oh no, for Panda, because he was ready for the pre-jump, but he just didn't quite find him there. As Payback, they're looking confident, Yummy. They're 3 goals up, but they're still trying to go for pre-jump plays. They want the highlight clips here in this tournament.
They're still pushing forward, and I like this from Payback. It's a sign of the experience, especially from Violent Panda as he sinks in another one. It's showing the experience, because often teams, when they get into that comfortable lead, can get into a position where they draw back into their defense, but they're continuing the attack and even extending their lead.
Yeah, just opening up the defense of Monkeys. And I think that in the last couple of games, we've just seen Monkeys just with superb defense. I mean, they've come up with saves that probably they shouldn't have saved. Some opportunities from Payback have really gone begging, and I think the team that has probably been the more consistent offensively and just pummeled the net of Monkeys here. And I'd love to see a shot counter, Yummy, because it just feels like in this series Payback have just had all the offense. So perhaps the team that has the more offense is the deserved winner. I don't know how some defensive teams like OG Veloce would think about that, but what would you say is the 5th goal on the board for Tho?
Well, you're the one able to lose to Veloce every time you verse them, so I think you probably know a little bit more about that defensive style being successful. But it's working really well right now for Payback. They're spending all their time in that opposing half. They're not worried too much about defense, and that's exactly what we've been talking about pretty much all day so far. As a new team, even as a new trio, defense is the hardest part of the game.
And almost getting a touch. That'd be a huge shot if Ollie got that down. That thing was absolutely flying. Tho might be able to put this one away, blocked out. The double coming out from Panda. He's showing all the tricks, and that one gets put away. 6 goals on the board of Payback. They're just having some fun.
Is he back? Is Violent Panda back? We haven't seen this from him throughout most of RLCSX. He's had his ups and downs, but the way he's playing today, the success he's having in front of the net is incredible.
I mean, I'm super impressed so far. A rejuvenated Panda is always a welcome sight, as he might get another one here on the board. Tho's going to be able to keep this one in the net with 1:16 left. I tell you what, oh, there it is. Panda's got to put another one. Someone stop this, man, as Panda puts another goal on the board. And Payback, they just, I guess to Monkeys, you know, the worry with Monkeys, Yummy, they just have these blowout games. We had the first game, and now we've got this one 7-0. There just seems to be a defensive problem where they just all fall apart. But it's been a fantastic series nonetheless from Monkeys. Payback just too strong in the end.
Yeah, it seems when it rains, it pours in terms of the Monkey net. And we kind of expected a few more of these games like this with high-scoring affairs, probably against Monkeys overall, considering how much time they have spent on the defense throughout this series. Adju with the pre-jump there may have even cost his own chance of scoring a goal, but it's not really going to make a difference in the game.
Yeah, I think the pre-jump for Style wasn't quite effective, but he's going to make up for it there. An overcommit from Payback. Matane gets the beat out in the defense. Arju puts it away. And ladies and gentlemen, we have our first Brazil of the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, didn't expect it to happen at all, to be honest. The teams have been pretty closely matched up, in my opinion, throughout the tournament, especially because we don't really know how they're going to match up with all the new rosters happening. So a little bit of a surprise. The only one I was expecting maybe later on, Queso with their full roster could really take some names in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see the Team Queso. Huge mids coming out. Please go in. Oh my goodness. The party tricks are coming out now. Team Queso, however, they're going to be super exciting to watch, as this should be another goal. Yep, I think Panda's just put that one in his own net. But getting back to Team Queso, the full Spanish team, super exciting. A full roster. It's interesting seeing a full roster in the off-season these days, particularly in Europe, where it seems like they're all just shuffling around for fun.
Especially all the rumours. There are a lot of rumours about Atomic and Demensa both potentially moving to a new team. So that could be a last hurrah of them, or it could be that they are sticking together. Once again, this is kind of a tournament to figure that one out, as Payback have done exactly what they wanted to do. Come in with their first tournament as a team, as a trio, and already made it into the semifinals.
Yeah, I mean, after the first series, I was thinking top blokes, they were looking super strong. They were looking like the team to beat. But now we have another contender, another new roster, Violent Panda, coming on board with Tho and Ollie. They're looking pretty strong. So huge series. It did go to game number 7 there. However, I feel like the stronger team on board just took that one out. And it's got to be an interesting semi-final matchup against top blokes.
Look, as a rookie to the scene, I will say this: that last game was a bit of a blowout. There's no two ways about it. But I think we're all in the general consensus that Payback did look far and near, however you want to say it, the better team in this series. It does feel like they could be the team to really take it to top blokes in that semi-final.
Yeah, there's definitely a chance. I mean, the way that Monkeys fought back was definitely admirable, and they seemed a little bit more clutch, taking the overtime, taking the sort of last-second goals to get them into a position to at least be able to win the series. The Payback throughout the entire series just had so many chances at goal, so many plays that got them into attack, that it's hard to ever see a team like that losing.
Yeah, I guess, we'll kind of dive into it a little bit, because we do have a bit of time here to talk about. There are some points that I think I would like